What are the stages on the spiritual path? The beauty of spirituality that it is very unifying. Irregardless of our skin color, of our education, of our gender, we are all moving on the path of evolution. We are moving on the spiritual path. There can be many traditions, there can be many religions, but spirituality is one. How do we know that? Because all the same stages. Every human being will experience the same journey. It will be very different, but the same. Maybe there will be different decorations, but essentially the spiritual journey is the same. So there are several stages described in the philosophy. And we have to know the stages because we understand what kind of challenge each stage represents and how you can move from one stage to another. It is encouraging, and it is also, for me, it really opens my heart to know that every one of us, every one of you are truly my brothers, truly my sisters. This is not a figure of speech, oh brothers and sisters. It is truly like that. Every human being, you know, we share the same blood. Our DNA is the same. Even with the banana, like 70% of our DNA is the same. Even the banana is my brother. What to speak of you? Recently I was in the retreat and we had a concert. And in that concert there was songs by our guru, Shishyananda Murti. He wrote beautiful songs. Total number of the songs is 5,018 songs. They're called Prabhat Samgita. He actually made sure we understand spirituality. How? He gave the philosophy to guide us on the spiritual path. And then there are many fantastic books like Elementary Philosophy of the Path of Bliss, like Namami Krishna Sundaram, like Nama Shivaya Shantaya, Subhashit Samgraha, Anandavachanamritam. These are beautiful, marvelous books, really inspiring on the path of spirituality. But not everybody likes to. It's a little bit hard to read, you know, if you don't meditate, if you're not meditating enough, the meaning eludes you. To understand those books, you need to really meditate. And you need to gather your personal spiritual experience. Then you will understand very quickly and very easily. So many people, they don't like to read. Like, I have one friend, he likes to listen to my lectures. And another friend, when I speak, he will fall asleep. But he loves me very much. I love him also. He said that I like to see the shorts. In 1 minute, just get all the information and move ahead. So he is this kind of person. So our Gurudeva, he created for everybody, he made sure we should understand properly. And then he created the songs. And through songs, there are so many beautiful meanings. Like today, in a webinar, I was explaining one song. It was going like this. Tomaya mi nahi jani, tobu tomai bhalobashi. Tomar name, tomar gane, chandeshure ami bhashi. Such a nice song. It says like this. Oh, my divine goal, I don't know you, but I love you. Tomar name, in your name, what is the name? Name means the word with which you call the divine. Mantra is the name. Because mantra, with that word, You name the supreme entity. So that's why. So Tomarname in your name, Tomargane in your song. Song of God, what is Song of God? Is that flow of inspiration, which is sounding within your heart. You can always hear the song of God if you look deeply inside of yourself. Tomarname, Tomargane, Chande Shure, with rhythm. You repeat mantra with rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And melody, Chande Shure. Because mantra has a particular sound wave, particular vibration. So with that melody, with that vibration, Ami Bhashi, I'm flowing ahead. I don't know you, but I'm flowing towards you. What means flowing? Very interesting. Not I'm going ahead. I'm flowing ahead. Because if I'm going ahead, I'm using my own legs. But when I'm flowing ahead, I'm not using anything. I'm not using an effort. My effort is only to come into the flow. I will ride on the flow, on the supreme flow, and I will arrive to my high supreme destination. So, just as an illustration, beautiful songs with a beautiful meaning to explain the philosophy, to explain Dharma, to explain the path of bliss. So when I was in the concert, there was one line that really just opened my heart. And there was a line like this: "Come, brothers, for the great unification. The call of the sky and the song of the earth already have become one." It's such a beautiful meaning, you know, call of the sky, what is that? It's the call of spirituality. And song of the earth, what is that? Is harmony with nature. When you are in harmony with nature, when you respect the nature, when you understand the psychology, when you understand the needs of your body and mind, this is the song of the earth. Come, brothers, for the great unification. So when I read that line, I felt we are truly all our brothers, and we are truly all our sisters. And to feel that realization, it is very important to understand that we are all moving on the same path. We are not moving different paths. We are not competing with each other. We are brothers. If you are a Christian, you are my brother. If you are Muslim, you are my brother. I am also your brother. If you are Hindu, you are my brother. Because we are moving on the same path, the same spiritual path. We share our pain. We share our happiness. We share our realizations. We may call them different names, but they will be all the same. So what are the 4 stages? The 4 stages are Jatamana, Vyatireka, Ikendriya, Vashikara. Pre-spiritual stage is the stage of materialistic pleasure. You go where the pleasure is. You try to avoid pain and you try to search for pleasure. That is the pre-spiritual stage. But then you grow dissatisfied. You become disappointed. I have money. I have different opportunities. I can afford so many pleasures, but I am not becoming happy. What's wrong? So what is really the meaning of life? You start to ask that kind of question. Who am I? Where am I going to? What is my mission? What should I do? What should I get done while I'm here on this earth? So when you start asking yourself these kind of questions, either you will find answers from within, or if the mind is not subtle, and in 99% of cases, the mind is not subtle enough, Guru comes to you to teach you a path of progress, Muktya unkaya Sadguru Prapti. When there is a strong desire for liberation, a strong desire for knowledge, for spiritual knowledge, strong desire for divine love, and to be free from all the limitations, Guru must come to you through some media, through some form. I give you one example. I spoke with one friend. He is more senior than me. He is a senior monk. I asked him, Dada, how did you come to the spiritual path? He said, very interesting. He said, as a child, I had so many questions. And I asked those questions to many teachers and many monks. Nobody could answer satisfactorily. In my heart, I feel still something missing. This is not a right answer. So I took this determination in my mind. If there will be anybody who is going to answer those questions to me, I will become his disciple. And in his heart, he started to long for such a teacher who could answer those kind of questions. He started to long for the teacher who is going to guide him on the path. So one day, he was at home and somebody came. And that somebody told, you have many questions. And there will be a big gathering, spiritual gathering, called Dharma Maha Chakra. In that gathering, there will be Guru. He will answer all your questions. But how you came to me? Oh, I'm a messenger. I'm distributing information. So a messenger went out, and this future Dada, he became very intrigued. He thought, wow, why? He came to me. And more intrigued he became when he came out in the street. And like in the village, sometimes grandmothers, they're sitting, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and they're chatting. So nobody can escape this surveillance by the grandmothers. So he came and he asked, oh, do you know where this man came, who just came from my house? What man? You didn't see any man? So to me, he took it like, wow, this is very mystical. I must attend that gathering. So he went for that gathering, and then he saw hundreds of men and women dressed like this are there. Beautiful, very impressive personalities, shining, long hair, long beard. Wow, he was very impressed. He thought, wow, this is not only one guru, there are hundreds of gurus here. So then he started to choose, and then he chose someone whom he liked more, like more beautiful. And then he came very humbly, he said, Swamiji, I have many questions. If you answer those questions, I would like to become your chela. Chela means child. It is a very sweet word for a disciple, chela. Your chela. So the monk says, hey, listen, boy, we have a big gathering here, and I have so many duties. I'm so busy, you will not believe I don't have time to eat even. I don't have time, unfortunately, to answer your questions. So he was a little bit hurt, his heart was in pain, a little bit disappointed. Never mind, okay. He went to another monk. Swamiji, if you answer my questions, I would like to become your chela. Hey boy, listen, I am so busy here. You see so many people, they're all waiting to meet with me. I already promised these people. I cannot give you time, I'm sorry. You find some other. A little bit more hurt he is. Then he goes, another one, and another one. Same story, already 5-6 months he passed. Nobody can answer his questions. Finally, he sees there is one man dressed in orange, sitting and meditating in a very powerful concentration like this. So he comes to him, he's attracted, he comes to him and he sits in front of him also in the same kind of posture, and he also tries to meditate. So when the monk finished, the meditation, he opens his eyes and then he says, "Hey, boy, what are you doing? Are you trying to mimic me? Are you trying to do some parody? You are trying to mock me?" No, Swamiji. I only have some questions. If you answer those questions, I would like to be your cello. Listen, boy, I am so busy. But in the evening, in that big hall, there will be a guru. There will be the guru. He will answer all of your questions. Then he becomes more hurt. Really, he feels very unpleasant. Why everybody cannot give time to him? So he goes very disappointed. And then the monk calls him, "Hey, boy, come here." So he comes. They will not allow you to enter because you don't have initiation. I don't have time to give you complete initiation, but I give you mantra. Let's consider it as initiation. And then you will go into that hall and you watch, sit and watch and wait until the guru comes. He will answer all your questions. So he comes, he sits there, a little bit boring. Then finally, on the stage, somebody comes. 4 monks comes on the stage. And then he asks, "Oh, who is the guru? Who is the guru from them?" They say, "No, the guru is not here. You wait, the guru will come later." So finally guru comes. But he is not dressed in orange, he is in white, and he no beard. Just a gentleman, very soft, nice looking, but doesn't look like a monk, doesn't look like any spiritual person. So he said, "Who is this?" He said, "He is the guru." "What? No, that is the guru, that is the guru, that is the... He is not the guru." "Oh, you are new, so watch, observe." So he sits. Then the guru starts to speak. And he says, this monk, when he telling me the story, he says, with every sentence, he was answering all of my question. And I became so satisfied. I became so peaceful inside. All my questions answered. With such a joy I was feeling, finally, I found my guru. Then he told me something strange also. I will tell you. He said, it was very strange for me also. He said, this monk. He said, Guru started to read one kind of blessing. Sarve sukhina bhavantu, sarve shantu niramayam, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, na kaschid dukhamapnuyat. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Sarve sukhina bhavantu, let everybody be happy. Sarve shantu niramayam, let everybody, nobody suffers from any kind of ailment. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, let everybody see the bright side of everything. Na kaschid dukhamapnuyat. Let nobody be forced to undergo any trouble under the pressure of circumcision. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Peace, Om Peace. So he said in a very nice way these blessings. And then he goes on, he opens his hand. And then he said, suddenly very strange thing is happening. I see from his hand here, the rays of light emanating. And I'm just like, how is it possible? He's a human being with a human hand, and then from his human hand, just like from the sun, the lights, the rays of light are emanating. I don't know actually what is happening. Either he's just seeing, he has some kind of special vision, or what is happening. Because I think nobody else is seeing, but he's seeing. So he's seeing these rays of light emanating, and I'm just mesmerized. I'm looking at this, enjoying this beautiful thing. And he said, these rays of light, they come out of his hand and go into the Agya chakra of the disciples, like that. So I'm just observing. And then he says, in a very sweet way, he said, and you know, one small ray of light came out of his hand and entered my heart. He said, and then I lost myself. I went into samadhi, the state of spiritual trance. He said, when I came into my senses, I was very blissful. I was in some kind of awe, in some kind of shock in a positive way. I experienced divine bliss. I experienced divine light. And then I knew this is my guru. And then, so anyway, there is a continuation of that story, but I will stop here. So when you have this deep yearning in your heart for a teacher, when you want to liberate yourself, when you want to know the meaning of your life, of your path, the guru will come. And guru will teach you. What he will teach you? He will teach you do's and don'ts. Do this. Meditate. Eat good food. Do exercises. Wake up early. Do fasting. So many things like that he will teach you. Do this kind of things. Do the practices. Don't lie. Don't steal. Don't harm people. So do's and don'ts. When you acquire these do's and don'ts, comfortable life is over. Now it is the period of fight. You have to fight with your nature, to transcend your nature, to subdue that nature to consciousness. Consciousness is love. Consciousness is rationality. So you have to subdue. And in that stage is called Jatamana. You become Jati at that stage. Jati means ascetic. You know, athlete and ascet, ascetic, is the same kind of meaning. Athlete is the person who is training his body and becoming strong and powerful, to run, to jump, to lift. So this is athleticism. And what is asceticism? When you do the same thing in the arena of your mind. When you become, you know, there is one kind of program called Iron Man. But when you become Iron Mind, that is the asceticism. So you have become now Jatamana. Now you have the ideology to follow. Now you have the rules to observe. Now you have routine to follow. You have become ascetic. And you are suffering because you have to fight with your weaknesses. At the same time, already in that very first stage, you acquire charisma. Because people who don't have principles, they feel the strength of the ascetic. They understand you are an evolved being. So you are fighting, you are struggling within, you are in pain. I remember one time, one sister, I told her, oh, Nitimai, you are so effulgent, you are so radiant, there is so much light comes from you. She said, yeah, are you sure, Dada? I said, yes, you are radiating. She said, everybody tells to me like this. But within myself, there is such a huge war is going on. Within myself, there is such a great conflict is going on. I say, yes, that's why. In that conflict, in that friction internal, light is produced. And you are so luminous, you are so radiant, you are an evolved being. So, that is the stage of Jatamana. When you proceed in that stage, you don't give up. Many people give up at the very first difficulty. When you initiate the person, now I don't initiate, I really prepare a person so strongly. Before I used to just give initiation. They will face the difficulties. What are the difficulties? There are fears. And different people have different kinds of fears. Fear of poverty, fear of rejection, fear of failure. So many fears are there. So you are going into the dungeons to fight with the dragon. And you are not without weapon. Your mantra is the holy sword that you wield. With that weapon, you are going to vanquish the dragon if you will not stop. If you stop, and if out of fear, you drop the weapon, it means you don't do sadhana anymore. Oh, no. This meditation is too much. I cannot handle it. Because of fear. By no means, by all means, keep the weapon in your hands. Your meditation technique, your mantra is the weapon. And the fear you are facing is your enemy. But at the same time, it is your friend. Why? Because by fighting with the dragon, you become powerful. And you cross over to the next stage. When you overcome external resistance, there are some external obstacles, circumstantial pressure. When you overcome external obstacles, when you overcome internal resistances, internal obstacles, sometimes those internal resistances are so great, they are just like a concrete wall. You feel like, how I am going to move that wall? It is not possible. Everything is possible with your holy sword, with your mantra. Keep fighting, keep fighting. Keep repeating the mantra, keep repeating the mantra. Exercise the power of your mind. The mind wants to go to the material world. Keep pushing the mind towards spirituality. And then you break through. When you break through, it's such a great experience. That experience is called Vyatirek. You are proceeding towards the one entity. From multitudes, from many, you are moving to one. And you are making progress. This is the stage of progress. You are penetrating into the oneness. This stage is characterized by the phases of bliss and phases of unbliss. At the phase of bliss, you feel, I have now become enlightened. I have now become realized. From this moment, my life is going to be great. Whatever are the circumstances of my life, nothing is going to affect me. I am going to be ever and ever happy. This is and you feel so powerful. You feel unshakable, invincible. You are feeling so powerful. That love that burns in your heart, that bliss that animates your body is invincible. But time passes, and slowly, you don't want, but you are descending into the darkness. You are descending into the darkness. You are going into the darkness, into the gloom. Now, you are at the bottom. At this bottom, you, even though you have experienced maybe 2 days ago that state of a realization, at this bottom point, you do not believe there is spirituality. Truly, you disbelieve there is God. You do not believe there is God. You feel, oh, this was maybe some my hallucination, this and that. You give so many logics. Truly, you lose the faith. Now, in this, and then you are ready to surrender to your internal enemies. There is lust, there is greed, there is jealousy, there is pride. And those enemies waiting for you when you are going to drop your weapon. The dragon is waiting for you when you are going to drop the weapon, when you are going to stop sadhana. So this is the temptation, stopping the sadhana. So one time I was talking to one very respected by me, very senior monk, Dada Rudrananda. And I asked him, Dada, what to do if some vritti, some tendency of the mind become very powerful? What to do? And I cannot control. What to do? What should I do? He said, Sadananda, you should fight. You should fight. He said, at that moment, at the moment of the gloom, at the moment of darkness, if you do not give up your sadhana, if you do not give up your spiritual effort, but you double it, then very quickly you go to the next stage, which is the stage of ekandria. So here in this stage, bliss comes together with suffering. Many of us, we move through the stage for many years. And to progress, you especially need to utilize this dark moment of your life to do uncompromising sadhana. So then next stage comes. These two stages you can pass by your efforts on the path of jnana and karma. Jnana means the path of knowledge. What is the path of knowledge? To understand philosophy, to understand rationality, what is do's, what are don'ts, to understand all of those and follow the proper path. This is the path of knowledge. What is the path of action? Karma. Path of action is the path of service, to do good in the world. Path of knowledge is more dangerous because it develops ego, it develops vanity, pride, and it develops laziness. Apart from it develops wisdom, it also these things have chance to be developed. And karma path doesn't develop laziness, but it develops pride. I've done so many things, I'm a great person. So this kind of feelings is there. So on this path, it's impossible to cross the third stage. The third stage is the stage of ekandriya. Eka, indriya. Indriya means organ. You control everything, but you don't control one tendency of the mind. One tendency cannot control. One organ cannot control. So, and then all your energy is concentrated and pushing in that weak spot. So the dragon has become very serious with you. You already cut all the heads, everything. One head is remaining. But that one head has become so violent and so powerful also. You think that you can never fight with this kind of dragon. This stage can be only crossed by devotees. Devotee is the person, bhakta. Bhakta means the one who follows the path of bhakti. Bhakti means divine love. You love the Supreme. When you love the Supreme, naturally you are attracted to the Supreme. You don't have to go to Supreme by force. You want to think of the Supreme. You want to think of God. And that thinking of God dispels all the temptations. So to cross this stage, one needs to develop this love for the Supreme. Otherwise, there is no choices. You rise, then you fall again. You rise, then you fall again. You are not able to cross it without a special grace of God. So that's the third stage. Another problem of this stage is that you develop special powers. They are called Aishwarya. Aishwarya are the supernatural powers. There is actually nothing supernatural, everything is natural. But these powers are so rare, so we believe they are supernatural. To control the weight of your body, to become light, to float in the air, to walk on the water, to know the past, the future, the present, to get any desire fulfilled. And there are others. So when you get those powers, you become also tempted by them. And yogis, they call them, one name is Aishwarya. Aishwarya comes from the word Ishvara, or divine attributes. Ishvara means controller of the universe. The consciousness, the ultimate consciousness, which is the supreme master of all the energies in the universe. So Aishwarya is the powers of Ishvara. So you acquire the powers of God. And those powers, they tempt you. They're very nice toys, beautiful toys. Wouldn't you like to fly? Wouldn't you like to get any desire fulfilled? Wouldn't you like to know everything? Whatever happens in the past, present, or future. I would like, naturally. I would like. Many times in my dream, I acquired this ability to fly. And I know that I should not fly actually. But then I'm thinking, okay, I just fly a few times. It's okay. It's okay. My spiritual progress will not suffer so much. You see? I don't know, in reality, if I would develop that power, for sure I will try at least once. Because there is temptation. It is tempting you. Another word for these powers is vibhuti. Vibhuti means ash. Ash. A dust. Nothing. So yogis, they call them dust, ash, nothing. Nothing worthy, nothing worthwhile. If I love the Supreme and I am intoxicated with the divine bliss, what use do I have of those powers? Even though for the worldly man they would be a very desirable thing. But for a devotee, with the one who is in love with the Supreme, they are not attractive, they are dry, these powers. So to cross this third stage is so important to awaken love in our heart to the Supreme. So this is the third. Then finally, once your devotion is fully awakened, once the devotion has engulfed you like a fire, like there is this Rumi, he says, there is one poetry I like very much, he says, worldly people call me an idolater. I am drunk from head to foot with the love of my master, Shams of Tabrizi. Worldly people call me an idolater. What do I say to them? I say, yes, I am an idolater. What do these worldly people can know? What can these worldly people know about my idolatry? I am intoxicated with that love to the Supreme. And he says, he uses the name of his master, Guru. Also, it's like that. The best and the shortest way to develop bhakti, because God is beyond perception. How you can love something which is beyond the mind? So the Guru becomes a point of love. Develop bhakti, the devotion towards the Guru. By loving Guru, you realize love to the Supreme also. So that is the stage and that is the challenge. And then finally the stage is called Vashikara. Vashikara is the stage of complete control. You have become master of your mind. Every energy within the body and mind has become subservient to your consciousness. That is the stage from which fall is unimaginable. You cannot fall from that stage. That is the stage of perfection. So this is the path of yoga. This is the path of mysticism. This is the path of spirituality. In whatever way people practice their religion, they will follow this spiritual path. They will go through these stages. And they will enjoy the same challenges, they will enjoy the same bliss. So, yeah. And in the end of this video, I want to traditionally invite you to our yoga monastery to attend one of our beautiful retreats, to meditate with us, to challenge your mind, to fight with the wild tendencies of the mind and to subdue them, to feel the love and devotion, to feel the miracle, to feel the presence of consciousness, to feel the connection to the consciousness, to follow the routine, liberating routine. From morning to evening, follow the routine. To practice the conduct rules. So come, enjoy. And do meditation. If you have not done yet so far, start today. Start doing meditation today. We have a basic course in this channel. You can watch this basic course. You can learn the basic technique of meditation. meditate. Within half a year, your life will change. Your life will change unimaginably. Everybody says like this. I started to meditate, in half a year I could not recognize myself. And it is the best action you can do in this life, to meditate and to establish connection with the cosmic. So thank you very much for your attention. Write in the comments how you think, how you like the stories. Namaskar. Dear friends, because of your donations and contributions and support, our project can grow. I am able to record the useful videos about spirituality, meditation, inspiration, etc. Those who want to support us, you can find the link in the description of this video. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much.